All right, so now we're in the 1948-49 season. Let's jump straight into the teams. St. Louis Bombers still got their guy John Logan, Bob Kurland, Stan Miasek at the top. Baltimore Bullets, they have Jim Pollard still, Ed Mikan now joining the team. They got a little bit better. The Capitals still looking to run the top. They now picked up Carl Brown to add more depth. So they're definitely going to be the team to watch out for once again, looking to three-peat. Then we go to the Boston Celtics, Clifton McNeely leading the way, Connie Simmons still there, Leo Mogus. Then we look at the newer teams, the Indianapolis Jets. They have Bob Davies, Gene Vance. It's really just Bob Davies, but we'll see if he's able to make any noise for them. And then for the Knicks, we got Red Rocha, Bud Palmer, same little core there. For the Minneapolis Lakers, they are not going to have Mikan in this reality. They got Red Holzman, John Mencken, and whoever else. Then the Fort Wayne Pistons, they got Dolph Schayes and Paul Hoffman. Dolph Schayes, one of the all-time greats for sure. And then the Rochester Royals got George Mikan. So they're the team that ends up with Mikan. They got Hal Tidrick as their second guy. We'll see what they can do. The Chicago Stags, Zlowski's getting better. Frankie Bryan, Kenny Sailors, they got a good little team there. A lot of guards. Then we go to the Providence Steamrollers, Ernie Cavalry, Jack Nichols in there, Mike Todorovic, see if they can make any noise. And then lastly, the Philadelphia Warriors, led by Joe Fulks, who is still overall wise the best player in the league. That might be the last year of that. Mikan might start taking a jump. Maybe Schayes ends up getting higher because he's down at 84. But our top four, or our top five, I don't know why I said top four, but our top five players in the league right now are Joe Fulks, George Mikan, Bob Davies, Bob Feerick, and Jim Pollard. So yeah, let's get straight into the playoffs. In the 1948-49 season, the Lakers, Royals, Pistons, and Indianapolis Jets were all added to the league. The Rochester Royals had the best record at 45-15. George Mikan led in points per game at 28.3. And in the finals, the Minneapolis Lakers defeated the Washington Capitals 4-2. No teams folded into this coming year. So from last year we had 8, now we have 12. Alright, so the MVP of the league is George Mikan in his first year with the Rochester Royals, averaging 26 and 14. He actually shot 21% from three, so I guess he has some three-point tendencies, but most players will hopefully not be shooting threes. Rookie of the year, of course, would go to Mikan as well. Sixth player of the year is Carl Braun, averaging 15 off the bench for the Capitals. The defensive player of the year is Dolph Schayes, averaging 3 blocks a game, 22 and 16 for him. John Mencken for the Minneapolis Lakers, the most improved player. And then the clutch player of the year, also George Mikan. Coach of the year, Brian Keefe with the Washington Capitals. They won 67 games, and they're also the executive of the year. They are the team to beat. So now we go into the All-NBA teams. We got George Mikan, Dolph Schayes, Bob Davies, Joe Fulks, and Bob Kurland. And we got Jack Nichols, Ed Sadowski, Max Zlowski, Ernie Cavalry, and Stan Miasek on the second team. The third team is Carl Braun, John Mencken, Bob Feerick, Jim Pollard, and Clifton McNeely. Now these are the defensive teams. This is the defensive first team. This is the defensive second team. And now we can look at the rookie teams, which actually kind of means something now because rookies are legit rookies. So yeah. But now let's get into the bracket. The top 8 teams made the playoffs. So let's get into standings. The Capitals led 67 and 15. They have just been so dominant in this sim. 37 and 4 at home. Wow. I mean, they are just a legit team. In second, the Philadelphia Warriors won 60 games. Then the Celtics right behind them with 59. The Knicks with 57. Stags with 56. Then the big drop-off is here with the Bombers with 44. Jets with 36. And the Rochester Royals also with 36 wins. So the Bullets, Steamrollers, Lakers, and Pistons all don't make it. The Lakers and Pistons were awful. 12 wins and 11 wins respectively for them. And yeah, let's hop straight into these series. It should finally now be best of 3. I know in real life the conference finals was actually best of 3 too, but since I keep messing it up, I'm just gonna leave it. That's gonna be a 7-game series. So these last 3 series will be a 7-game. This first round should be a best of 3. So I'll see you guys in the first elimination game. Okay, so let's see. Celtics won game 1. This will be our test to see if elimination games are in fact a game 2. Let's see. The Bombers. That's going to come down to the wire. may have to hop into this game too here. I think we will. 86-89, the Bombers fighting to stay alive. So it's actually St. Louis ball. John Logan has it. We're gonna pull it out. Let's see what they draw up. No shot clocks. They actually don't even have to shoot the ball. And that'll do it. We're gonna hop right on out of here, not gonna waste any time. And so the Bombers will tie that series up 1-1, but we still don't know if that was a real elimination game. In this one, what is it? The Knicks are up 1-0 on the Stags. Can the Stags beat the Knicks, or will the Knicks try and eliminate them here? Kind of want the Knicks to win, not just because I'm a fan, because I want to know if it's elimination. And it is. Okay, so it's best of 3. The Knicks are going to take down the Stags. So this is the furthest the Knicks have gotten. I want to see if they can make some noise. But now we get into the Philadelphia Warriors and Rochester Royals. Mikan versus Folks. I know it is rookie Mikan, and Folks is the best player in the league at this point. But we'll see if Mikan can hold his own, and it looks like they are going to get eliminated. It's only year 1 for him, so give him some time. 28-12. Once he gets some teammates, I'm sure he'll be good. But for now, the Philadelphia Warriors will move on. And then the Capitals versus the Jets. So the Indianapolis Jets with just Bob Davies were able to get into the playoffs in their inaugural year, and they're actually going to be leaving us after this first year, so it's kind of unfortunate. But we'll see if this will be their last game ever playing, or if they can possibly take a game on the 2-time champion Capitals. And it looks like they're fighting to try to do so, but do they have a late fight in them? Oh, it got a lot closer at the end. 97-95. I don't know if I should jump in. What's the play-by-play say? I thought it was going to be over because he got fouled on a medium jump shot. So I don't think, yeah, I think that's it, unfortunately. But I didn't realize they were going to make such a big comeback. If I could have jumped in at 95-94, I would have. But Scolari seemed to have hit a shot. I think we're just going to have to simulate here. Yeah, the Jets are going to lose by 1 because he was fouled on a 2, correct? Yeah, he was fouled on a 2, so that was just it. He was fouled at the buzzer on a 2. So the Capitals will escape by 1 and eliminate the Jets. And now we got our Game 3, otherwise known as a Game 7, the Celtics versus the Bombers, who will play the Warriors in the conference finals. The Bombers are absolutely destroying the Celtics, and the St. Louis Bombers are going to go play the Philadelphia Warriors. So we have a 6 seed in there. I love it. Spice it up a little bit. So we got the Capitals, Knicks, and the Warriors, Bombers. Let's see who ends up in the finals. All right, so the Capitals are up 3-0 on the Knicks. Warriors are up 3-1 on the Bombers. Looking like it may be a repeat of last year's finals unless the Knicks have something to say about it. It is not looking like that's going to be the case. So the Capitals are back in the finals, trying to defend their, man, this is their league, man. They're trying to defend their throne, defend their trophy. They're only going to be here for 5 years, so they're really just messing up the history books a little bit, but it's all right. Philadelphia Warriors versus Bombers. Can the Bombers possibly make a 3-1 comeback, or is it too early for that in NBA history? It probably is too early, but we will see if they have anything. They do not. So we're going straight to the finals. Not even really any games to hop into. I probably should have gotten into that Capitals-Jets game, but other than that, it has been pretty one-sided. The Capitals-Warriors are back in the finals. Let's see if the Warriors can have something to say. Capitals are going to win game 1 like last year. They're going to go up 2-0 like last year. I'm actually going to simcast game 3 because if the Warriors can't win this, man, I mean, it's over. And the Capitals come out gunning. Are the Warriors just going to let them stomp on their throat again? Yeah, they are. Wow. I mean, are the Capitals just too good at this point? What is going on? Did Folks didn't even foul out. He only had 13 points. Couldn't get his groove going. But for the Capitals, they got it done. Up 3-0 once again in the finals. Can we get some gameplay? We really haven't had any gameplay in this little playoff run. Warriors are up, trying to pull off the sweep. The Capitals are, and we are definitely going to hop in. 2 minutes left. Game 4. Capitals up 3-0. And we'll see if they have anything left in the tank, them being the Philadelphia Warriors. All right, so it's inbound to Hale. Gives it out to Scolari. These guys are 2-time champions. They're experienced at this point. Scolari goes and puts them up 4 with the little teardrop layup. Philadelphia really needs to figure out what to do here. Folks in the post team's trapped, gives it out to Musi. Musi down to Halbert, a turnover, and the Capitals are just running the ball down. They can take their time. Barksdale puts it up, no good. Rebound, Barksdale puts it up again, no good again. So Philadelphia has to score quick. Usually this Joe Fultz. Hampson now has it. They're trying to set up Fultz in the paint again. Fultz trying to get to his spot. Pump fake. He doesn't have anything. They give it back out to Hermsen. Now to Musi. Philadelphia running out of time here. They need a bucket. They're not down 2, they're down 4. And there's no shot clock, so the Capitals can just hold the ball. They're just not going to shoot it. Musi seems to be stuck, and this is just a terrible look for the Philadelphia Warriors. I mean, it looks like once you eliminate the shot clock, the game doesn't know what to do if the first play doesn't work. All right, I'm going to hop in and call a timeout for them because this is kind of ridiculous. Losing the finals like that. I don't think you guys want to see them just dribble in place for another 5 minutes. Like, they're just going to dribble the entire clock out? It's insane. All right, so we're back to the action. 22 seconds remain. They used a ton of time there. Now we'll try to get them back to at least playing basketball instead of just time wasting. Folks, they needed the and one there. They needed the and one, but he will go to the line. If they had any of that time back, this would be a lot more doable, but it doesn't look like it is going to be. And Folks just missed the first. And just like that, it looks like the Capitals are about to pull off back-to-back sweeps in the finals, unless they turn it over here. But Folks is going to make the free throw. They get it into the rookie Carl Braun, and all he has to do, he really doesn't even have to make one, but all he has to do is make one to really cement it. Technically they can hit a 3, but no one is really good at that, so Braun will make it a little interesting. He'll miss the first. Now we got to see, can he miss the second, and the Warriors actually have a chance. He will not. So he knocks it down, 110 to 106. Back to a 4-point game, and the Warriors are stuck once again. What are they going to draw up here? Folks goes right to the post. He tries a 3. They needed to go, but it won't. Scolari is fouled, and that will do it. And just like that, 3 years in, 3 champions by the same team. The Washington Capitals are 3-0 in the first 3 years of this resimulation. I mean, who would have thought? They'd never won in real life, but they did have a really good record in the first year, and they are just keeping their legacy going. They drafted a really good rookie in Carl Braun, so they have a nice squad, and it's a shame that they're going to fold in a few years, and these guys are all going to be separated, but this won't be forgotten. And there they are, giving the trophy for the 3rd time in a row to the Washington Capitals. Look at that, Scolari holding the trophy again. I'm getting deja vu, and all these guys. Will Bob Furyk win another Finals MVP, or will it be someone else this time? Let's see. That's not Bob Furyk. That looks like someone else, so we'll find out in just a second who won the Finals MVP. Oh, I think it was Ed. I think it was Big Ed Sadowski. I think he's going to be the one that takes the Finals MVP home. He was originally on the Toronto Huskies, if I remember correctly, but they folded. So the Capitals, I mean, they were able to convert. They were able to get him in free agency and put him on a championship team. The Washington Capitals have won the NBA championship once again. Fred Scolari wins the Finals MVP. That is not who Adam Silver gave the trophy to at the end, but he averaged 20 and 6 in the series, 49% from the field. So solid job from him. And that completes the three-peat for the Capitals, guys. Good job for them. We'll check out the retirements real quick. A bunch of 40 overalls. So no one really worth noting. All right, without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next year where we will be adding plenty of teams for the 1949-50 season. I'll see you guys then.